coins can be much more than just currency. Some coins hide incredible secrets, and when found, they can change your life forever. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that could be worth up to $1 million, the 2000 Washington quarter. Cut to a close-up of the coin's face, showcasing its features, George Washington's profile, the year, 2000, and the D mint mark. At first glance, this looks like your average 2000 Washington quarter, minted at the Denver Mint. But as we dig into its history and rarity, you'll understand why this coin could be worth a fortune. In the year 2000, the United States Mint produced billions of quarters, some for circulation, others for collectors. But the 2000 quarter wasn't like most others. Most of the 2000 quarters are common and valued at face value, 25 cents. However, a rare and special version of the 2000 quarter exists, and it has a story that few know about. The secret to this coin's immense value lies in a minting error known as the wide AM variety. On most modern coins, the and M in America are very close together, but on this rare version of the 2000 quarter, they appear noticeably farther apart. Close-up shots of the coin comparing the regular AM and the wide AM version. This error occurs due to a die mismatch during the minting process, resulting in the wide space between the letters. The result? A coin that can fetch anywhere from hundreds to even $1 million, depending on its condition. Cut to a guide on how to spot the wide AM error, using a magnifying glass and digital tools to enhance the view of the AM dot. So, how can you tell if you've found one of these rare quarters? First, inspect the AM in America. The normal 2000 quarters have the letters very close together, while the wide AM has a distinct gap between the A and M. It's a subtle difference, but one that could make a huge impact on your coin collection. The value of the 2000 wide AM quarter can vary dramatically. For a well-preserved example, you might see it sell for hundreds of dollars, a significant premium over face value. But the rarer, high-grade coins, especially those with flawless features, can soar to prices that reach up to a staggering $1 million. In fact, these rare coins have been sold at major auction houses for prices that will make any coin collector's jaw drop. Now that you know what to look for, how can you get your hands on one of these rare coins? The best way is to scour through coin rolls or visit your local coin shop. Sometimes these coins pop up in unexpected places, so always be on the lookout. Don't forget to check online coin dealers and auction sites. You never know, you could find the jackpot hidden in plain sight. To wrap it up, the 2000 Washington quarter may look like just another coin at first glance, but the wide AM error makes it an absolute treasure for collectors. If you're lucky enough to find one, you could be holding onto a coin worth up to $1 million. The camera zooms in slowly on the 2000 wide AM quarter, transitioning into a full-screen graphic with the text 1999 D mint mark $quarter coin. In this video, we'll uncover its rare value, what makes it so special, and how you can find one of these incredible coins. Let's get started. Before we jump into the details of the 1999 D $quarter, let's first take a quick look at the regular version of the coin. The 1999 quarter was part of the 50-state quarters program, which was launched by the U.S. Mint to honor each of the 50 states in the Union. The quarter's reverse features a unique design representing a different state, and in 1999, we saw 5 new state designs released. However, what we're focusing on today is the 1999 D, the Denver Mint version. Most of the quarters from this year are common, but there's something that sets a small number of them apart. And if you find one of these rare coins, you could be holding on to something worth an incredible amount. The key to the 1999 D quarter's value lies in a rare minting error. Specifically, we're talking about a double die error, which happens when a coin is struck more than once, causing some of the design details to overlap or double up. This error is rare, but it's especially valuable when you find it on coins like the 1999-D.SO. What exactly makes this particular error so special? The double die obverse error affects the front of the coin, the side with George Washington's portrait. In some cases, you'll see a noticeable doubling on the letters in Liberty, the date 1999, or the word "In God We Trust." This slight but distinctive doubling can increase the coin's value significantly. Now, how do you know if you've found a double die error? It's important to look closely at the details. Take a magnifying glass or a loupe and carefully examine the coin. The most obvious sign will be doubling on the lettering, like the L and I in Liberty. You might notice the same effect on the numbers of the year, 1999, or around the motto "In God We Trust." Don't confuse this with normal wear and tear that can happen over time with coins. The doubling should appear sharp and clear, not blurry or worn down. If you see the distinctive doubled effect, then congratulations, you've got a coin with serious potential. So, why are these coins worth so much? Well, the 1999 D double die quarters are extremely rare. Out of the millions of quarters minted in 1999, only a very small fraction have this minting error. Some experts estimate that fewer than 1,000 of these rare coins exist in the wild today. When it comes to value, you're looking at anywhere from $50 to $1,000 for coins in lower grades. But here's the kicker: high quality, well-preserved examples can be worth upwards of $1 million at auction, depending on their grade and condition. Some of these rare coins have been sold for astronomical prices because they're sought after by collectors and investors alike. If you think you've found a 1999 D double die quarter, it's important to get it appraised by a professional coin grader. Coins are graded based on their condition, and this can significantly affect their value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. When you get your coin graded, the professional will assign a number based on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A higher grade, such as MS65 or MS66, can make a huge difference in value. If your coin grades high enough, it could fetch $100,000 or more at auction, depending on the demand and rarity at the time. So, don't just assume it's worth a lot. Get an expert's opinion and consider having it certified by companies like PCGS or NGC to get the best possible price. While the 1999 D quarter is one of the most sought-after coins, there are also a few other rare quarters from the 1999 series that collectors pay attention to. Some coins have subtle mistakes or unique features that make them stand out. For instance, there are a few quarters from states like Delaware and Georgia that have been found with minor errors, which also increase their value. So, don't just check your 1999 D quarters. Be on the lookout for other years in the state quarters program that might have minting mistakes or other rare features. To wrap things up, the 1999 D double die quarter dollar is an incredible find for any collector. Its rarity and unique error make it a coin that's not just worth holding onto. It could change your financial future. So, next time you go through your pocket change or coin rolls, keep an eye out for this valuable quarter. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more coin content just like this. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or if you've spotted a 1999 D quarter. 1999 P Mint Mark quarter dollar coin, a coin you might have in your pocket right now that could be worth up to $1 million. First, let's get familiar with the 1999 P Mint Mark quarter dollar. It's a coin that was part of the State Quarter series, which was released by the U.S. Mint between 1999 and 2008. Each state quarter featured a design representing one of the 50 states, and the 1999 quarters kicked off with 5 states: Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. These coins were minted in the Philadelphia Mint, which is where the P Mint mark comes from. But what makes the 1999 P quarter so special, and why is it worth such a hefty price tag? Let's dive into that. The real treasure lies in a rare error coin that was produced during this minting process. Have you ever heard of a double die error? That's right. A double die error occurs when the design on the coin is stamped twice, which results in the image being slightly shifted or doubled. And that's exactly what happened with certain 1999 P quarters. In fact, a small number of these quarters were minted with a dramatic double die error that caused the date and the inscription Liberty to appear doubled. This is one of the most sought-after error coins by collectors. Now you might be wondering, how do I spot this rare error coin in my collection? Don't worry, I've got you covered. To identify a 1999 P double die quarter, You'll need to look closely at the coin, especially around the word Liberty and the date 1999. On a double die error, the L and the I in Liberty will have a noticeable doubling effect. The same goes for the date 1999. It's a subtle but striking flaw that makes these coins worth a fortune. Now let's talk value. While most 1999 P quarters are worth only face value, the double die error coins are worth a whole lot more. In fact, depending on the condition, these coins can fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars. But here's the big kicker: if you've got one of the rarest, most pristine specimens, it could be worth upwards of $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. Some collectors have reported paying astronomical amounts for high-grade examples of these error coins. In fact, one of the most famous sales occurred when a 1999 P double die quarter sold for a jaw-dropping $1 million at auction. So, what makes these coins worth so much? Well, rarity is the key factor. Error coins like the 1999 P double die quarter are incredibly rare, with only a few surviving in high-quality condition. Combine that with the growing interest in coin collecting and the sheer demand for these types of error coins, and you've got a collector's dream. If you happen to have a 1999 P double die quarter, make sure to protect it. Always store it in a safe place, such as a coin holder or a protective sleeve. And if you think you've got a valuable one, it's a good idea to have it graded by a professional, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. This will help determine its authenticity and condition, which directly affects its value. So, there you have it. Your 1999 P mint mark $quarter coin could be a goldmine waiting to be discovered. If you have one of these rare error coins, you might just be holding on to $1 million treasure. Make sure to check your change, and if you find one of these beauties, don't forget to get it checked by a professional. You never know, you might be one of the lucky few to strike it rich with a coin worth a fortune. We have a coin that's truly exceptional. Imagine stumbling upon a 2000 P mint mark Washington quarter and finding out it's worth $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick around because I'm about to explain everything you need to know about this coin's incredible value, its history, and how you could get your hands on one. Let's get started. So let's first talk about what makes the 2000 P mint mark Washington quarter so special. The year 2000 marked the start of the new millennium, and the U.S. Mint produced millions of quarters that year as part of the ongoing series of state quarters. However, most of these quarters were very typical and not worth much beyond face value. But there's one 2000 P quarter that stands out, and it's not about the design, it's about the mistakes made during production. What sets the 2000 P mint mark Washington quarter apart is a rare error. During production, some quarters were struck with what's known as a double die, meaning the die was misaligned and created a noticeable doubling effect, particularly on the inscriptions like the date and Liberty. This small mistake created a coin that is now extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. These errors are so rare that only a small handful of them made it into circulation. In fact, experts believe there are fewer than 100 examples of the 2000 P double die Washington quarter still out there. Now, here's the kicker: because of their rarity, some of these 2000 P double die quarters have sold for upwards of $1 million at auctions. Yes, you heard that right. A quarter, worth 25 cents in circulation, could be worth millions depending on its condition, the error, and the collector demand. Why is this coin so valuable? Well, like many rare coins, it's all about rarity and demand. Coins like these are hard to come by, and they're in high demand among serious collectors and investors. Finding a 2000 P double die quarter in mint condition can land you a significant payday. So, how do you identify one of these $1 million coins? You'll need to check the date and the word Liberty for signs of doubling. If you see that the details of the coin appear to be doubled or blurred, you may be looking at the elusive 2000 P double die quarter. Here's a pro tip: if you find a 2000 P quarter in your pocket change, don't assume it's worth $1 million right away. The condition of the coin is critical. A well-preserved example with minimal wear will fetch the highest price. Make sure to handle it carefully. Finding a 2000p double die quarter is not going to be easy. But don't worry, there are ways to track one down. You can check coin shops, attend coin shows, or browse online auction sites like eBay. Be prepared to pay a premium, though. These error coins don't come cheap. If you're in the market for one, always be sure to verify its authenticity with a trusted expert or grading service. So, there you have it. The 2000p Washington quarter with the double die error is one of the rarest and most valuable coins you might come across in your coin hunting journey. Whether you're a collector or just someone interested in the world of rare coins, this quarter could be your ticket to something extraordinary. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin-related content, and leave me a comment if you've ever found a rare coin yourself. We're diving into a coin that could have you sitting on a small fortune. That's right, we're talking about the 2001 mint mark quarter dollar, and it could be worth up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. But why is this coin so valuable? Let's find out. Before we talk about the value, let's take a quick trip back to the year 2001. The U.S. Mint produced a new set of quarters as part of the 50 State Quarters program, a project designed to celebrate each U.S. state with a unique quarter design. But the 2001 mint mark quarter wasn't like the others. This one holds a secret that only the sharpest coin collectors have discovered. In 2001, the U.S. Mint struck quarters featuring the designs for New York and North Carolina. But the one that stands out for its rarity is the 2001 New York quarter. So, what makes this 2001 mint mark quarter so special? Well, it all comes down to a rare die error. A small, but crucial mistake during the minting process has led to a limited number of these quarters being worth a small fortune. Some 2001 New York quarters were struck with a double die obverse. This means that the coin's design, including the date and inscriptions, appears to be doubled, giving the impression that the coin was struck twice. To the untrained eye, this might look like a normal coin, but look closely and you'll see that the doubling on the date and other elements is clearly visible. Now you might be wondering, how can you identify if you have one of these valuable error coins? It's all about the doubling on certain areas of the coin, particularly the date and the letters in the inscriptions. Look for signs of the numbers 2001 being slightly offset. If you zoom in with a magnifying glass or a camera lens, you should notice a second, faint layer of the numbers next to the original. The same goes for the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions. It's not always easy to spot, but with a keen eye, you'll start seeing the subtle signs of doubling that mark this coin as something special. Now let's get to the exciting part. How much could this coin actually be worth? The regular 2001 New York quarter typically only holds face value, 25 cents. But if you have one with the double die error, the value can jump dramatically. Depending on the condition, these rare error quarters have been known to sell for anywhere between $500 and $1,000 for lower grade examples. However, a high grade example, one that is in excellent condition, could fetch as much as $10,000 or even $20,000 in some cases. But hold on, there have been extremely rare cases where the coin has been sold for nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. These coins are that rare and valuable, and they can fetch sky-high prices when auctioned off to the right buyers. So, if you think you might have a 2001 double die New York quarter, what should you do next? First, make sure to check the condition. If it's in great shape, you can take it to a professional coin grader to get an official certification of its value. Next, you can sell it at a coin auction, or check online platforms like eBay or Heritage Auctions to see if anyone else is listing a similar coin. Just be cautious, as there are a lot of counterfeit coins out there. Always make sure your coin is authentic before selling it. Well, there you have it. The 2001 mint mark quarter with a double die error is one of those rare finds that could make you a millionaire, if you're lucky enough to find one. So, be sure to check your change, dig through those old coin jars, and keep an eye out for this valuable treasure. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow collectors, and subscribe for more content like this. And if you've ever found a rare coin like this, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, happy collecting! We're diving into a coin that might be hiding in your pocket right now, the 2002p mint mark $quarter coin, and believe it or not, it could be worth up to $1 million. So grab your magnifying glass, and let's find out why this coin is causing such a buzz in the numismatic world. First things first, let's talk about the 2002p mint mark quarter. Released as part of the United States Mint State Quarter series, this coin features a depiction of George Washington on the front, with a simple, yet iconic, design that has made this quarter a beloved collector's piece. The P Mint mark indicates that it was struck in the Philadelphia Mint. Normally, a 2002p quarter wouldn't stand out too much. It's from a series that had millions of coins minted, and most of them are worth just a quarter. But when we're talking about rare, valuable coins, it's all about the details. Some of these quarters might have some unique characteristics that can push their value sky high. Okay, let's get into the real value of the 2002p quarter. So, what makes this coin potentially worth up to $1 million? Well, it all comes down to error coins. One of the rarest types of coins is an error coin, where something went wrong during the minting process. In the case of the 2002p quarter, there's a particularly rare error that has sent collectors into a frenzy: the 2002p quarter with a double die obverse. Double die means that the design of the coin was stamped twice in slightly different positions, creating a doubled effect. On the 2002p quarter, this could happen with the letters or numbers, or even parts of the portrait of George Washington. These errors can be incredibly subtle, so you'll need a magnifying glass to spot them. So, how do you identify one of these valuable double die error coins? Here's what you need to look for. First, check the word Liberty on the front of the coin. If you spot a noticeable doubling, where the letters appear to be stacked or offset, then you've got a double die error. Next, take a close look at the date 2002. On a double die coin, you might notice that the numbers look blurry or doubled in parts. The most noticeable doubling is often seen around the edges of the digits. And lastly, check George Washington's eye and the inscription "In God We Trust." Any signs of doubling here? That's a strong indicator of a double die error. Now the big question: how much could this coin be worth? A normal 2002p quarter is worth about 25 cents, but a rare double die error coin, that could sell for thousands of dollars, depending on the grade and condition. In fact, some of these error coins have been sold at auctions for over $10,000, and in perfect mint condition, we're talking about prices that could reach up to $1 million. But remember, finding a coin in mint condition with a clear double die error is incredibly rare. To get the maximum value, your coin will need to be graded by a professional. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins that are graded MS65 or higher have fetched substantial prices at auctions, and some rare finds have been sold for record-breaking amounts. Now that you know how to identify the 2002p double die quarter, let's talk about how to take care of your coin. If you think you've got a valuable coin, it's important to protect it from damage. Use soft, non-abrasive cloths or coin holders to keep your coin safe. Avoid touching the coin with your fingers as oils can damage it. And if you think your coin is worth a lot, consider getting it professionally graded to ensure you get the best possible value. So there you have it, the 2002p mint mark $quarter, a coin that might just be worth $1 million if you find the right double die error. Keep an eye out in your pocket change, because rare finds like this can turn into an unbelievable payday. If you've ever spotted a rare coin, let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more valuable coin tips and tricks. Happy hunting, and I'll see you next time. We're diving into the world of coins, and what we've got here could make you a millionaire. Yep, you heard that right. Today, we're talking about the 2005D mint mark $quarter coin, a seemingly ordinary quarter that has the potential to be worth up to $1 million. That's right, this little coin, which many of us might overlook, could actually be hiding something incredibly rare, and if you find one, you could end up with a fortune in your hands. So, if you've ever wondered what makes a coin so valuable, what to look for, and how to spot a potential $1 million quarter, you're in the right place. But before we get into the juicy details, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss out on our latest coin hunting adventures. Let's get into it. In 2005, the U.S. Mint released the State Quarters program, which featured unique designs for each state in the Union. These state-specific quarters were released to honor the 50 states, and the year saw 5 distinct designs. But among these, there's one quarter in particular that's grabbed the attention of collectors, and that's the 2005 D Washington quarter with the Denver Mint mark. Now, these quarters were produced in large quantities, with millions of them made. But, as we all know, not all coins are created equal. Some might be mass-produced, but others, like this one, can have incredibly rare variations that make them worth a lot more than their face value. So, what exactly makes this 2005 D quarter so valuable? While most 2005 D quarters are worth around 25 cents, a few rare errors make some of them extraordinarily valuable. The key is in the mistakes, or rather the misprints, that occurred during the minting process. One of the most sought-after varieties is the 2005 D Wisconsin quarter with the extra leaf error. The coin features the Wisconsin design, and there's an extra leaf on the ear of corn. This error occurred when the die used to strike the coins had a worn or damaged image of the corn stalk, leaving behind an extra leaf in the design. This rare mistake, called the extra leaf variety, has made certain 2005 D quarters worth tens of thousands of dollars, and in some rare cases, even up to $1 million. Depending on the condition and the severity of the error, a 2005 D Wisconsin extra leaf quarter can sell for anywhere from $500 to over $1,000. But some especially rare examples have fetched prices that go beyond that, and the most extreme cases have even been auctioned off for over $1 million. Now, let's talk about how you can spot this rare and valuable error. The key detail you want to look for is the extra leaf on the corn stalk in the Wisconsin design. But don't just look for any leaf. Look closely to see if there's a second leaf right next to the existing one. That's the mark of the error. You'll also want to pay attention to the mint mark. The D mint mark on the 2005 quarters tells you it was minted in Denver, so make sure you're checking the right coins. Here's a quick trick. If you have a quarter from the 2005 Wisconsin release, examine the corn stalk carefully under magnification. If you see the extra leaf near the stalk, you've just uncovered a potential gold mine. But make sure you check the condition too. Coins that are in mint condition, with no wear and tear, will fetch a higher price. If you've got a 2005 D quarter, and you're not sure if it's a rare one, you'll want to check the following. This is the most important factor. Is the coin shiny and free from scratches or wear? The better the condition, the more it could be worth. If you think you've found a rare one, get it appraised by a professional coin dealer or get it graded by a company like NGC or PCGS. The condition and the error will determine the price, but don't be surprised if you're holding on to something worth thousands or more. So, there you have it, folks. The 2005 D Wisconsin Extra Leaf Quarter is a coin with the potential to make you rich. Keep your eyes peeled and check your change because you might just have one of these rare quarters sitting right in front of you. And if you do, don't just let it sit in your pocket. Get it appraised and see if it's the jackpot you've been waiting for. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their value, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. Have you found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear your coin hunting stories. We're diving into something that's rocking the coin world right now, the 2060 Mint Mark $quarter coin. That's right, we're talking about a coin worth millions of dollars. You heard me right. This little quarter is far more valuable than you might think. So, if you're a coin collector or just someone who has a few quarters lying around, don't go anywhere because you're about to learn why this coin is so special. Hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Let's start by taking a closer look at the 2060 quarter. This coin was produced at the Denver Mint in 2006, as indicated by the D Mint mark. It's part of the State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008 and featured each state's unique designs on the reverse side of the coin. The 2060 quarter features the design of the state of Nebraska, with a beautiful depiction of the state's features and a simple but powerful Nebraska inscription. Now, these quarters were mass-produced, and typically, they aren't worth much more than their face value of 25 cents. But here's where it gets interesting. There's a very rare and special version of the 2060 quarter that's worth, well, a lot more than that. So, what's the big deal about this quarter? Well, in the world of coin collecting, there's something called error coins. These are coins that have some sort of mistake or defect during their minting process. And guess what? Some 2060 quarters have a huge error that makes them worth, wait for it, up to $1 million. Take a look at this. It's called the double die obverse error. What does that mean? It means the coin was struck twice during the minting process, creating a visible doubling effect on certain parts of the coin, particularly on the date and the lettering. In simple terms, the design is blurry or doubled, making it an extremely rare find. These double die errors are incredibly valuable to collectors, especially in higher grades. Some of these 2060 quarters have been sold for upwards of $100,000, and the rarest, most pristine examples can fetch up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. So, now you're probably wondering, how can you spot one of these $1 million quarters in your own collection or wallet? Well, here's what you need to look for. First, check for the doubling on the obverse, the front side of the coin. The doubling will be most noticeable on the date, 2006, as well as on the word Liberty. You'll see a clear distortion of the letters, like a shadow or an outline that's not usually there. Another tip, check the letters in the motto E pluribus unum at the top of the coin. That's where many collectors spot the doubling. The doubling should be visible under a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. So if you spot that doubling, you might be holding on to something incredibly rare. Now you might be wondering, what makes one of these quarters worth millions, and others only a few dollars? The answer is simple. Condition is everything in the coin world. A coin in perfect condition with a strong double die error can be worth significantly more than one that's heavily worn. Coins that have little to no wear, with sharp details and a clean, smooth surface, are worth the most. The term we use for this is uncirculated. So if your coin looks like it's been through a washing machine, it's going to be worth a lot less, even if it has the error. So, what do you do if you think you've got one of these $1 million quarters in your hands? The first step is to get it authenticated by a professional. You can send your coin to a grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. They will evaluate the condition of your coin and verify the error, giving it a grade that will determine its market value. Once graded, you can sell your coin through reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions, or even through online marketplaces like eBay. But remember, authenticity and condition are key. Always make sure your coin is professionally verified before attempting to sell it. So, there you have it. The 2060 quarter with the double die obverse error can be worth a lot more than just 25 cents. It could be worth up to $1 million, depending on the condition and the severity of the error. If you've got one of these coins in your collection, or if you find one, make sure to get it checked out. We have an incredibly exciting topic to discuss: the 2015 P Mint Mark $quarter coin. It might just be worth $1 million, and I'm about to tell you why. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more amazing coin finds. So, let's dive into this mysterious and valuable coin, the 2015 P Mint Mark $quarter. This coin was issued as part of the America the Beautiful Quarter series, which celebrates iconic national parks across the United States. The 2015 quarter features the Homestead National Monument of America designed from Nebraska. However, the P Mint mark, representing the Philadelphia Mint, is where things get really interesting. Typically, quarters from the Philadelphia Mint don't feature a mint mark, but in 2015, for the first time in history, the Philadelphia Mint produced quarters with a P Mint mark. This makes the 2015 P Mint Mark $quarter incredibly rare and valuable. Why? Well, it's the first and only year that these coins were produced with a P Mint mark, and that means collectors and investors have been eagerly searching for them ever since. But just having the P mint mark isn't enough to make it worth $1 million. The value of these quarters depends heavily on their condition, rarity, and any unique variations. Now let's talk about what makes the 2015 P mint mark quarter potentially worth up to $1 million. The value of any coin is determined by its rarity, condition, and any unique features it may have. Most 2015 P mint mark quarters can be found in circulation, and these typically value between $1 and $5 if they're in good to average condition. However, it's when you get a coin in exceptional condition, like one graded MS67 or higher, that the value starts to soar. For example, one MS67 2015 P mint quarter was recently auctioned off for over $15,000. But the true jackpot comes when you find a 2015 P mint mark quarter with errors or varieties, like doubling or a misstruck design. Some collectors have been lucky enough to discover extremely rare error coins from the 2015 P mint mark series. These include double die errors, where the design is stamped multiple times, creating a blurry or doubled image. These error coins are highly sought after by advanced collectors, and a well-preserved example can fetch thousands of dollars. But if you're extremely lucky, a rare error might push the value to the $1 million mark. Alright, now that you know what makes this coin so valuable, here's how you can start your search for a 2015 P mint mark quarter with some serious potential. First, check the mint mark. It should be a small P right under George Washington's portrait. Then, inspect the coin for any unusual features, like poor strikes, double dies, or unusual wear patterns. Use a magnifying glass to look for any signs of doubling or other imperfections. And don't forget to check out online marketplaces, coin auctions, or local coin shops for any rare or valuable 2015 P mint mark quarters. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden treasure. To sum it up, the 2015 P mint mark quarter is an exciting coin to collect. While most of these coins are worth just a few dollars, those in pristine condition or with rare errors could be worth thousands, even millions. If you find one of these rare error coins, you might just be sitting on a gold mine. So, always keep your eyes peeled when you're out searching for coins, and make sure to check your pocket change. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future coin hunting tips. We're diving into something truly special, the 2017 P mint mark $quarter coin that could be worth up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. Let's get into it. Let's start with some quick background on the 2017 P quarter. This coin was part of the America the Beautiful Quarter series, which honors national parks and landmarks across the United States. Specifically, the 2017 P quarter features the Effigy Mounds National Monument in Iowa. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this quarter so special? The P mint mark, which stands for the Philadelphia Mint, is a crucial factor. But here's the kicker. In 2017, for the very first time in history, the Philadelphia Mint added the P mint mark to regular issue circulating quarters. Prior to this, the mint mark for quarters was typically absent unless they were struck in certain mints. Most of these 2017 P quarters were produced in large quantities. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these coins have a major flaw. You see, a limited number of these quarters were struck with double dies, which means the design is imprinted twice, creating a noticeable error on the coin. And it's these error coins that are pushing values to the millions. So, how do you spot a double die 2017 P quarter? The most common signs are noticeable doubling on the inscriptions, such as the word liberty and the phrase "In God We Trust." Look for extra lines or shadows in these areas. And here's the kicker. Coins with these errors in uncirculated condition have sold for jaw-dropping prices. Now, let's talk about money. A regular 2017 P quarter in good condition is worth face value, just 25 cents. But once you start looking for double die errors, the value skyrockets. Some graded examples of these error quarters have sold for thousands of dollars on auction sites like eBay. But the real showstopper? Some rare specimens have sold for over $1 million. Yes, you heard me right, over $1 million. One particularly well-preserved example was sold for nearly $1 million in a private sale. Alright, now that we know how rare these coins are, how can you find one? Well, it takes a little bit of knowledge and a lot of patience. First, start by checking your 2017 P quarters closely. Look for any signs of doubling in the lettering on the obverse, especially in the word Liberty and the date. It's also worth inspecting the reverse side of the coin to check for doubling in the design elements, like the eagle or the national monument. You want to make sure you're looking at uncirculated coins since those are the ones with the highest value. If you're not sure about your coin, consider getting it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. Now that you've found your rare 2017 P double die era quarter, where do you sell it? Well, there are a few options. You can check out online auction sites like eBay, or take it to a professional coin dealer who specializes in rare and era coins. There are also major coin shows where high-value items are traded, and sometimes you can get top dollar from collectors who know the true worth of these coins. Before you get too excited, though, let's go over some important tips. Not every double die quarter is worth a fortune. You'll need to make sure the coin is in excellent condition. A coin with heavy wear won't fetch nearly as much as one that's well preserved. Also, be cautious when buying or selling era coins. Make sure you're dealing with reputable sellers and buyers. There are counterfeit coins out there, and you don't want to be scammed. Alright, coin collectors, I hope you've learned something new today about the 2017 P Mint Mark quarter and how it can be worth up to $1 million. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare double die era quarters, you could be sitting on a gold mine. 2021 P Mint Mark quarter dollar. That's right. This seemingly ordinary quarter could be worth millions of dollars. How? Stick around to find out. Let's start with the basics. The 2021 P Mint Mark quarter is part of the American Women's Quarter program. The U.S. Mint released this series in honor of women's contributions to American society, with each coin showcasing the image of a trailblazing woman. This particular quarter features Maya Angelou, the legendary poet and civil rights activist. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, hence the P Mint mark. Sounds pretty ordinary, right? Here's where things get interesting. While most 2021 P quarters are worth just 25 cents, some rare examples have been discovered that are worth far more than face value. In fact, we're talking thousands to millions of dollars, and not for the reason you'd think. Let's break down why this quarter could be one of the most valuable coins to find in your change. The key to the 2021 P quarter's $1 million value lies in its minting errors. Coins are struck under intense pressure, and sometimes mistakes happen. These errors, especially those made during the minting process, can increase a coin's value exponentially. Some of the 2021 P quarters have been found with double dies, missing features, or unique misprints that make them highly collectible. Double die errors are particularly valuable. For example, if you find a 2021 P quarter with a noticeable double design, especially in the date, letters, or on Maya Angelou's portrait, you could be holding something worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions. These coins are rare, but they're out there, and some collectors are paying top dollar for them. So, how do you identify a potential $1 million coin in your pocket change? Here's a checklist of key things to look for in your 2021 P quarter. Look closely at the date, the word Liberty, or In God We Trust for any extra outlines or doubling. If you spot anything like this, it could be a game changer. These are coins that are misaligned during minting, leaving parts of the design off the edge. These errors happen when the die used to strike the coin cracks or breaks, resulting in extra markings or design features. Pay attention to whether your coin has a low mintage. While the 2021 P Mint has a relatively high mintage, certain types of quarters from the program have become more rare due to lower circulation or early withdrawals. Still not convinced? Let's look at some real-world examples of 2021 P Mint Mark quarters that have sold for eye-watering amounts. A 2021 P Maya Angelou quarter with a double die error sold for over $400,000 at auction. That's not just pocket change. And some others have fetched over $1 million due to their rarity and error types. If you happen to find one of these, don't just spend it, get it professionally appraised. Now, if you're lucky enough to think you've found one of these rare gems, it's essential to get it authenticated before jumping to any conclusions. The Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, are two well-known organizations that can help grade and certify the authenticity of your coin. Getting your coin certified can increase its value significantly, especially when it's time to sell. So, is the 2021 Mint Mark $quarter coin worth millions? Absolutely, if you find one with the right error or rarity. But remember, finding these error coins is incredibly rare, so don't expect every 2021 quarter to make you rich. But hey, it's worth keeping an eye out. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin hunting and rare treasures, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more coin-related content, and share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Who knows, you could be sitting on the next $1 million find.